Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I'm Lamar Haven. Welcome back to Ogre Battle 64. So we have some things to take care of real fast. One of the things I want to mention is, if I go to class commands and list class, I want to show you something that is not there. And that is the Beastmaster class. Oops. Go to Beast Tamer, there's no Beastmaster, and... Oh! When did this happen? But, game! I was going to make a point! Okay, so in between episodes, I did a little tiny bit of training, and I wanted to see if any of my characters could class up, because I'm starting to get close to that level. The only one who came close was Ogre. And when I checked his stats technically met the requirement for becoming a Beastmaster. Now, he can't change right now because he's active leader, but we need to change that anyway for other reasons. Now, I couldn't make him a Beastmaster even though his stats met. And the reason for that, at least my understanding for the reason for that, had to do with the fact that that Pedra met the requirements for the stats only after item change to his stats was applied, so he couldn't upgrade. I did have every other requirement though. I had the items available, I had his alignment was right, everything. But he still couldn't change class, and I was going to make a point to show you that his stats were high enough, but but the gear may have changed that requirement. But then I log in and this happens. I'm sorry, I started and this happens. So let's do our very first advanced class of the game, Ogre the Beastmaster. So I'm gonna go to his statistics real fast. And he had to be level 14 for this to happen, so it's still a really high level. I think strength was one of the requirements, and vitality might have been the other requirement. You also needed a rupture rose and a hard leather. Now he attacks twice from every row. Although from the back row he still attacks the weakest, it's still a much better situation than he was in before. Now he can much better help his group. Now I'm not going to immediately make a unit with him as leader with the same group. There's something I need to do in between stuff that we usually do. The area investigation requires us to have a hellhound. Now the hellhounds, by the way, have also met the requirements to upgrade. This one, Menedas and Shiden, both have the requirements to become the Cerberus. However, the only way for them to do that is to get into combat in a regular mission. I don't think they can do it during arena investigation. Unfortunately, I won't be able to test that right now because I need this unit to specifically have one hellhound. If you're going to do what I'm about to do, have a hellhound that you don't mind getting rid of, because you're going to be getting rid of it permanently. That's why I have a third hellhound. My other two I'm still using. So just know that what you're getting into. Also, I'm going to tell Ogre's unit to carry the thing it was already. Yes, carry a heal leaf, and then I want you to carry the figurine of Sleipnir. Okay. Oops, no. I wanted to change its battle strategy. Attack leader. Alright, so we're all set to go into area investigation here in the Highland. I was all ready to prove to you guys, oh, well, you can have the stats, but it still won't matter, and then that happens. Alright, so there's two places we want to go. We want to go to Jaram, and we want to go to what's it called? Schafferville. Really? Schafferville? Alright, well, I'll go to Schafferville. Oh, I don't need to have the game paused. No, I didn't mean to do that. Unpause. Dispatch. Ogre. He needs to go to Jarab. That's Cochrane. That's Capuscu. That's Jarab. Okay. So these are the two places you need to go for this neutral area investigation. I'm going to send Bolt out real fast. And I'm going to do Stronghold Command. You might have also noticed that the alignment of Ogre's unit is fixed. The same is true with Morris's unit. I'll explain that in a sec. The townspeople have informed us that hellhounds and mature dragons inhabit the area. There are also reports of a strange creature, a kid with a pumpkin for a head. So if you want the pumpkin head, I think is the name of the character. For some reason it escapes me. This is where you'll get it. So I'm just going to send Bolt out and about for no reason. In case I find a pumpkin head, I might recruit it. In the meantime, advantages of advanced units. They have better stat growths than their previous class. And obviously, like Kodro there, they get better attacks. And they're able to equip better equipment in most cases. So, just a heads up, that's what you're getting into. And he's our first advanced. He's also several levels higher than most of my other classes. So we're not going to get another advanced class for at least a couple missions. Just FYI. So oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to go to Stronghold, enter. I had a young friend. His name was Vad. He was a near-to-me soldier, and he's no longer with us. He was recruited to fight the Revolutionary Army. Do you know him? Would really like to see him again. This is set up for later. Something we need to come back to this point at a later date to do stuff. In the meantime, go do things, me. You might notice the bridge is still out. I believe it's possible that we come to this map once again later on in the game, and if that is true, the bridge will still be out. I'm not 100% certain on that though. Alright, Kodro's here. Enter. You're in the Revolutionary Army. Nasty battle, huh? Thankfully, there weren't any casualties from here. But a stray arrow hit our dog. Since I support the cause, I try not to blame you, but my son's depressed. If you have the dog spare, would you give it to him? And this is why we need the Hellhound. Yeah! If you don't have an extra Hellhound like I do, these Badlands in the area nearby, I'll show you real fast. These Badlands, great place to get Hellhounds. So you can go recruit one, then put it into a unit you're going to bring here, come back. Wait. Yes, I have a dog to spare. I don't get it. What's going on? I don't... Find spare Hellhound in return. That's unusual. I will be right back. I am back, and the thing I read said that you might have to enter a few times. So doing it once isn't enough, apparently. Yes. For some reason, this doesn't work the first time. I don't know if that's a glitch, if that's intended, or what. But this is very important, and it's something you want to do, and you'll see why. Just gotta keep trying. Come on. Yes, I'm trying to give you my terribly dangerous attack monster, so to make your son happy. Take it. Why, woman? I'll be back if this fixes itself. Ugh. And it worked. I'll tell you exactly what I did in just a second. A while ago, the Revolutionary Army came here. They started fighting here. My dog, Bacchus, got lost. Mom tells me that Bacchus ran far away and he won't be coming back. But I already know. I know he's not alive. You're from the Revolutionary Army? How dare you? Why'd you have to do that to Bacchus? Give me my Bacchus now! So if you come during the day, you'll get the event with the son as opposed to the mother. I'm going to let some time pass, and once it gets to 9, I'm going to try and go back in. Ah, and this time I think it worked. Really? This doggie's for me? Take good care of it? Will you take good care of it? Sure, of course. But this dog has 2 heads. Do I feed them both? Oh well. Here, have this beautiful stone I found in the forest. And this beautiful stone is the Pedra of Bane. We finally have our second Pedra of the game. This is how you get it. Like I said, you're going to want to do this. So now that we have the Pedra, I'm going to go ahead and send folks around, see if I can't get a pumpkin head. And in the meantime, I'll catch you folks in a bit, where I will discuss exactly what I did with the alignments. It looks like Wynn found himself a platinum dragon. Very cool. Let's see if we can recruit that guy. Join me. Come on. Ooh, owie. Hey, there we go. And that brings me to the point I was going to make about the alignment and what I did. What I did with the alignment is the item glitch, the one I kept agonizing over. And then I came to a decision about why I decided to go ahead and use the item glitch to change alignment. Once I figured out that by farming neutral mobs, you can get as much alignment of any type that you want, all you need to do is put a high or low alignment character in the party, within the unit with the same characters you want to change their alignment, then all it is a matter of grinding. Going to a neutral zone and just finding neutral mobs, letting the game play by itself, and then that's it. I did it before and it took me like an hour and a half to satisfy me as to how much alignment I gained for the right characters, and I realized there really is no difference between doing that grinding and just using the item that changes your alignment. So I have no, so the issue I had with making sure that not to use the item glitch is actually a moot point, because a strict adherence to the rule I made is not as useful as the spirit of the rule. The spirit of the rule is I shouldn't use the item glitch to do something I would not have normally been able to do through a normal playthrough of the game without the item glitch. And changing their alignment using the item glitch is completely the same from as if I were to just grinded their alignment with a neutral mob that I happen to find and just go neutral grinding and changing their alignment that way. It's just one takes a lot less time. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that it would be forgivable for me to use the item glitch as opposed to just grinding neutral mobs for hours. So that's my justification for it. If you don't agree with me, I'm sorry, then this is no longer a quote-unquote pure run. It's been tainted by the item glitch, and I'm sorry. But I'm giving strategies and justifications that I think other people would make for doing the same things, and I think I have a point. That said, we found a platinum dragon, but we haven't found a pumpkin head, so I'm going to let these folks set up camp because they're exhausted, and when they come back, I'll give them one more full run, and if I happen to run into a pumpkin head, I'll be back. Kojiro found himself a platinum dragon too. I'm going to see if I can get it to join because Kojiro's all alone! Whoopsie. And it fled. Oh well. So I'll keep looking. If something interesting happens, I'll be back. So I never did find that pumpkin head, but if you're interested in finding one for yourself, you now know exactly where to find one in the Highland of Soathan. I don't know the specific, terrain they need to be in, but sometimes I think you can even find them on paths, so if you look around for half hour, 45 minutes, you should find one on your own. I wanted to make a specific point since we're not continuing on today. The two areas we can go, Advera Heights and Sable Lowlands, are the two areas we're going to go to next, because if you go to Mount Ithaca, it cuts off the other two locations. I wanted to make a specific point though. Sable Lowlands is the first area you can get equipment for Black Knights. I will be going to Advera Heights next, but because none of the Berserkers I have are going to be ready to become Black Knights by the time I finish Advera Heights. That said, Sable Lowlands, if you're going to do it before Audvera and you're playing along, or you're going to play ahead of me a bit, or you're just choosing to go to Sable Lowlands before Audvera Heights to see what changes, because it does change the mission structure and what happens, here's what you want to know. First, kill every unit completely. Many of them will drop Valiant Mantles, which are the item you need to make Black Knights, which cannot be bought. Must be found either from mobs you kill, or from the just from searching. The Valiant Mantles also come from... It's going to be hard to pronounce this, so I'm probably going to put it on the screen so you guys can see. But my location says the Valiant Mantle can be found on the ground between Shichidarui and Prilgi. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going to be putting them on the on the screen for you right now. So if you do decide to go ahead of me, that's what you're going to want to do. There's also a couple of extra really powerful items that you can find here, but I'm going to be going over that when I play through Sable Lowlands myself. There's also a Satan's Bulova, which is the weapon that Black Knight used, so you need to make sure to get one of those. It's west of Cotultus, which again is something I'll be putting on the screen. So those are the main things you need to make sure to keep a lookout if you're going to go to Sable Lowlands before I have an opportunity to show you where the drops are and from what units the equipment drops from. So much shorter episode than we're used to, which I'm glad to get into that pace again, because recording an hour for 2 episodes a day is a bit rough on me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.